Hello there and welcome to Xbox On, and also welcome to February. This is your guide to all the month's biggest new releases, essential updates and everything new you can play with Xbox Game Pass and Games with Gold. Beginning right now at the start of the month on the 2nd of February with some new updates for two of our favourite games over the last couple years. Take it away, Sam.
First up, Control is making the leap into the next gen with the Xbox Series X and S optimizations. To take advantage of these features, you'll need the Ultimate Edition, which packages up the brilliantly weird base campaign with its two expansions, including AWE, which is a crossover with the Alan Wake games, and the first building block in the Remedy connected universe. Yep, they are indeed all connected. And the optimized version offers two ways to play: a performance mode that sticks to a smooth 60 FPS, my personal preference, or a graphics mode with ray tracing to make this gorgeously surreal game even more surreally gorgeous.
Meanwhile, it's looking like absolute mayhem in Kings Canyon with Season 8 of Apex Legends landing the very same day. This update introduces Fuse, a new legend rocking an eye patch and a whole lot of explosives, as well as two new additions to the Apex arsenal, the semi-automatic 30-30 repeater and golden magazines, with all the capacity of a purple mag plus the added bonus of auto-loading, so you can get to killing a lot quicker.
Also getting updates this month are two of Hi-Rez's fab free-to-play titles, including the Divine MOBA Smite and the Fantasy Flex shooter Paladins. Over in Smite, February will bring the game's very first Babylonian god, Monster Queen Tiamat, with 4 more deities lined up for the rest of the year. Season 4 of Paladins arrives on the 3rd of February and it's called Calamity, which, should give you a bit of the vibe of what's going on. But just in case it hasn't, the newest champion is Yagarath, the all-devouring worm, also described as the ultimate cosmic horror, and is able to gobble up enemy players, which sounds pretty lovely.
Strangely enough, there's another all-devouring cosmic worm kicking about in Werewolf the Apocalypse Earthblood. In this case, it's the baddie you're trying to bring down. This action RPG lets you shift between 3 forms: man, wolf, and yes, a big hulking werewolf able to tear apart enemies with its bare claws. This is one video game dog you don't want to pet, however. If you fancy unleashing the beast within, that arrives on the 4th of February. Must be a full moon or something, I don't know.
Next up, we're talking about Project Winter, and no, I am not talking about the snowman I'm trying to build in my back garden. It's a brand new game coming to Xbox Game Pass on the 4th of February. Project Winter is a snowy survival game that's all about who you trust and who you're willing to stab in the back with a big old ice pick. You'll join a team of 8 survivors, except some of them aren't who they seem, and will be using every trick in the book to sabotage your efforts. If you're looking for something new to scratch that Among Us itch, this could be just your thing, especially with crossplay letting you team up with and betray your pals, whether they're playing on Xbox or PC.
Then, arriving on the 9th, we've got a lovely bit of kit in the form of the Pulse Red Xbox wireless controller. Maybe you've already got your pre-order in for this, but this is actually the first day you can finally get your hands on one of these bad boys. If you're a Series X or S user, this vibrantly coloured pad is the perfect Player 2 peripheral. You'll never get your controllers confused again, that's for sure. And thanks to backwards compatibility, even if you're playing on an Xbox One, this is still a great chance to treat your thumbs to the next-gen experience with that new smaller form factor, textured grips, hybrid D-pad, and of course that all-important share button, which is fully functional on all generations of Xbox consoles.
The 9th is also the date of a big new update for one of our very favourite games, Destiny 2's 13th season. The details and the name of this one are still under wraps for now, but we know one thing for sure: you'll be able to dive straight in and enjoy all the new content from day one with Xbox Game Pass. Now, tell us about Microsoft Flight Simulator, Charlie.
And speaking of big updates for Xbox Game Pass faves, World Update 3 for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 is due to land that same week. This Flight Sim update is particularly close to our hearts because it's bringing all that Bing Maps tech to bear on our beloved Britain, with new photogrammetric cities, landmarks and airports that make it look even more like home. And all included as part of your Xbox Game Pass for PC membership too, by the way, if you didn't know. Just look at Scotland's Forth Bridges, Blarney Castle over in Ireland and Windsor Castle here in ye old England.
Alright, let's get back to some new release games. And one that we've been really looking forward to is Little Nightmares 2. This platform puzzler wants to tap into all of your childhood fears and bring them back bubbling right to the surface, playing as a young boy trapped in a world of horrors and giants. If you can't wait, there's a demo available right now, or if you manage to pick up the original Little Nightmares in January's Games with Gold, it's the perfect way to get yourself ready before the nightmares begin on the 11th of February.
Also hitting the stores on the 11th is a deep game of mining and crafting. Yes, it's not that one. It's called Aground. This charmingly lo-fi RPG sends you deep beneath the earth in search of essential minerals to help rebuild human society after an apocalyptic disaster. And that is just the beginning, with futuristic tech waiting to be discovered, NPCs to befriend, and dragons to ride through the clouds, I guess.
And rounding out the day, making sure that there's truly something for everyone, we've got Death Crown, a real-time strategy game where you play the Grim Reaper herself, featuring a truly distinctive visual style and a local multiplayer mode so you can bring a little sofa-based death to your friends.
Now, from that one-bit aesthetic Sam was on about, but now let's fast forward through gaming history a little bit, and then jump around seemingly at random with Anodyne 2 Return to Dust, which combines two totally different throwback styles. It starts out looking like a game from the earliest days of 3D, but shrink down and you'll discover a tiny 2D world within a world with some real 16-bit vibes. It's enough to make your head spin, but in a good way, I promise. Make sure you check it out when it hits Xbox on the 18th.
And speaking of head spinners, prepare to get truly Newtonian on the 19th of February with Gravity Heroes. This is a fast-paced shooter with 4-player co-op and versus multiplayer where each character has the power to change the direction of gravity at will. That leaves just one more game currently on our slate for February, and that is The Curse of the Dead Gods, hitting Xbox on the 23rd. In this roguelike, you're headed for the bottom of an ancient temple in search of untold riches, divine powers, and perhaps even an eternal life. Of course, you're not going to get any of that for free, so expect tons of traps and monsters more than willing to stand in your way and make sure you don't get any of what you want.
So that's all of February's new releases, at least the ones we know of so far anyway. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel to stay on top of all the latest news. But it wouldn't be a month on Xbox without some games with gold. And this month we've got a bumper crop. Right from the 1st of February, you can smash the Swarm in Gears 5, flee zombies in Resident Evil's HD remaster, and dig up a lot of treasure with Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb. Then joining the mix on the 16th are Lost Planet 2 and Dandara Trials of Fear Edition, two very different games that both send you to alien worlds and hand you an arsenal of amazing weapons and skills to uncover their secrets. By force, if absolutely necessary. Oh, and also don't forget you can still get Dead Rising from January's Games with Gold selection up until the 15th of February. Make sure you don't miss that one.
It's already shaping up to be a pretty great month, so make sure to like, subscribe, and, all the good stuff. And also make sure to swing by the Xbox on Twitch channel, where we're streaming every weekday in the afternoon. We've got some absolute bangers lined up. Whether we see you there or right back here, thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.